Hello again. I want to talk a little bit more about um, the last Bible study that I posted. I think I simply called it Stop Lying, and I talked about, oh, my notes are right here, Exodus 20:16 and Leviticus 19:11. Now, I just kind of want to talk about some personal experiences a little bit. I first learned how much people lie because I have had a lot of customer service jobs in my life. And working in customer service is quite the education. Um, it's kind of a study in the human condition. So, anyway, I learned just how bad people lie because I was just a sales clerk, just at the mall or whatever. And we would be talking about whatever, returning items, coupons, whatever, and people would just lie. I mean, just to get their way, they would just lie. And, I mean, there was no second thought, no hesitation, just lie. They were very, very comfortable with it. And it's just like, oh, okay. And, people would return things like worn shoes, clothing that had been obviously worn. And it's just like, oh, yeah, I don't know how it got like that. And I mean, just lie. I mean, just lying culture. It's kind of amazing. Um, I've come to like understand the term like gaslighting like in the past year or so. And it's kind of an interesting term because there have been interactions that I've had with people. And like, let's say if I had some sort of a concern, and now this is something different. It could be just something different. I'm not talking about like working at the mall anymore. I could have some sort of concern, you know, in this relationship, and I come to this person and I, you know, tell them my concern, maybe kind of like bare my heart and soul. And I could like show all of my cards, and then they can just kind of either blow it off or just let's say, create a false impression, and it's like, okay, that would be the time when you could, really, say your piece, but they choose not to. And we go on. And, I thought that we had, some understanding, but like we absolutely did not. And so I think that that's a form of dishonesty. And so, yeah, I mean, people just lie a lot. I mean, and plus, I mean, there's just full on, just outright scammer culture. I mean, if you watch the news very much, which I do quite a bit, there are just a million scams out there. Um, I don't think a lot of what is on social media is true. Not completely. I think that it creates a lot of false impressions. So there's all that. But that's just me talking about, average people. But now, we turn on the news and political leaders, I mean, policymakers are just boldly lying. And it's just like, my gosh, like, I mean, at this point in 2025, we are just living in scammer culture. Scammer culture. I mean, it's truly dog eat dog. And, if somebody gets scammed or something, then other people will say, well, you should have did this, that, and that. People really tend to support the scammer. Honestly, they will tell the victim, oh, well, you're stupid. You should have done this, that, or that, or I can't believe you believe that. Da, da, da. They support the scammer. So, yeah, there's that. And see, scammers, they look for victims. They look for someone that will buy into the nonsense, because more often times than not, they know that most people are not going to buy into whatever they're talking about. They're looking for the person who will, and they'll always find someone. So that's why it's not fair to say to someone, "Oh, I can't believe you fell for that." Well, I mean, people target people. So, yeah, I mean, and people like to say that this is like a Christian nation, supposedly, but I mean, people, people, institutions, policymakers, so many people, just like to lie. I mean, people lie even when it's easier to tell the truth. There is a video that I saw the other day, and it's really kind of humorous. This young man was working at Home Depot, and he set up a camera, kind of like how I have this set up. And he said, now again, this could be fake, I don't know. He said, my manager asked me to stay an extra hour. I don't want to. And so he crawls into a dryer that's on display in the store. And it's one of the kind where the washer's down here, the dryer's up here. So he crawled into the dryer, and then he like tries to like close the door. And then a customer comes by, and a customer sees a phone kind of like this, and he's like, and then the guy's like, oh, yeah, you need some help. Then he comes out of the dryer. Then the customer like goes away. I don't know if that's real or fake. The customer's reaction seemed kind of genuine. If it's fake, he's a very good actor. But I'm sitting here like, wouldn't it have been easier just to work the extra hour and just help the customers as opposed to folding yourself up and getting in the dryer? And it just seems like so often, I don't know, it just seems like sometimes people seem to like to scam and lie and create false impressions and deceive people. I just really feel like it's almost a cultural default. And now the fact that we have this president that we have who's a bona fide scammer, like an elderly scammer that's been scamming for decades. And this person was voted into the president of the United States, and he's still scamming and he's still lying. And he's got his little press secretary there. And she stands there and gets up in front of the press and lies daily and gaslights people. And then there's the attorney general, who's another liar who just basically falsifies documents. And all of this is in the open. That's the thing. I mean, there's so much just boldness, no fear, no guilt, no nothing. Like, it's just incredible. It's an incredible thing to watch, and it's very sad. And in what should be what people like to call a Christian nation, I mean, it almost feels like no one really stands up for the truth. And honestly, it seems like people get penalized for telling the truth quite often. And if people are trusting and naive, they're almost like I don't know, just seen as a sucker or a lick or something. So it's just sad. It's sad and very unfortunate. And so I just want to talk a little bit more about that. Just all of the lies and deceit that's just rife in modern culture, and how this current presidential administration, I mean, I really feel like they've like solidified this as just like scammer culture. Oh gosh. So yeah, there's that. Oh, and waitressing too. I learned how badly people lie, like when I was a waitress. Customer service, it will give you trust issues with humanity. But anyway, I'm gonna get the heck off of here. And again, I'm not gonna sit here and act like, I'm perfectly honest. I mean, I'm gonna give myself credit. I'm pretty darn honest. I really am. I really, really am. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like I've never told a fib, because I have. But I could probably count them. Seriously, sit back and count them. It's not just like a way of life, like it is with some people. Like, it just seems like quite often it's almost someone's personal policy just to never, ever, ever tell the truth, and just, conceal the truth just with a bunch of lies. And it's bondage, and I think that it makes life a little bit harder for everyone. But anyway, I've rambled on quite a bit. I just want to explain that video a little bit more. So thank you for listening. Bye.